What's up, y'all? Raw Cut Friday. Y'all already know what time it is. Today we're gonna talk about emergency preparedness. We're not necessarily gonna talk about it. I'm really gonna just pose a question to y'all, see how y'all handling that. But the main thing is, me and the wife we start watching this show on Hulu called Paradise. It's already 2 seasons out, but shouts out to a couple of people told me about it. But the latest one was Ari. She was the fourth episode on here, but she asked me to seen it, described it a little bit. I was like, no, we gotta watch that. So me and the wife started watching it. Got through season one. Watched the first episode of season two last night. We're gonna power through a couple more episodes over the weekend. It's gonna be a busy weekend though, cause the kid, all three girls, they got flag football tournaments and then softball starting back up next week for high school. So it's gonna be some wild times. So we'll see how much time we get in. But anyway, emergency preparedness, the whole show Paradise. It just made me think about, like, in times of catastrophe or in global, you know, chaotic event. In this particular case, it was like some massive underground earthquake. I mean, not earthquake, volcanic eruption in Antarctica caused like ice sheets to melt and all this shit. Put ash clouds over almost the whole globe. Um, yeah, it was just total chaos, big ass tsunamis, 20 feet, 20 stories high and stuff, like just wiping people out on the coastlines and stuff. So, but yeah, so like, just the whole thing got me thinking of like, so basically they built like this big ass, they had intelligence that this could be brewing, years in the making, years in the past that this could eventually happen, sooner than later, thinking around 10 to 12 years when it could happen. So they start preparing, building this big ass, massive city in the mountains in Colorado. So that's one thing. I mean, I think they probably do have now. Or they probably do working, or they probably are working on. Rather, you see a lot of the billionaires and millionaires today. They're building their own like personal bunkers or like survival retreat with nuclear grade doors and radiation filtering systems and all these different things. Like I think Mark Zuckerberg has like one or two of them. One specifically in Hawaii, and Bill Gates has like five of them. They have these like special design bunkers across the globe just in case they get caught. When they need to get to it, in the event that they're not at home, that they have access to get somewhere safely in a short amount of time versus taking you in Tokyo and taking a 16-hour flight back to the States, you know what I'm saying? So he may have something somewhere on that side of the world, or wherever they are. When you got it like that, when you got you a billionaire, you can do stuff like that. Just like homes. You got multiple homes across the globe. You can have multiple safety evacuation bunker style things across the globe as well. But just wanted to ask, like, just at the non-billionaires out there, the thousandaires, even the millionaires, sometimes even I know some millionaires that ain't really, doing what you used to think millionaires do. But anyway, like, do you all have an emergency prepared strategy? Do y'all have like backpacks pre-filled with, like non-perishable meals, water, cold socks, gloves, just different things, water filtration kits, knife sharpeners, rope, just any of those flashlights, battery, like any of those things. Do y'all have any of that things now that y'all keep in your household? Like if you do, like where do you keep it? How many do you have? What's all in it? How much did it cost for you to? I think I've seen some services that sell like pre-made backpacks or pre-made duffel bags or anything like that, where you don't have to go out and build it yourself. They sell them already put together like a kit that you can just buy. I mean, they're kind of pricey, but I mean, it saves you time of piecemealing it all together and guessing. But just want to know, like, do any of my followers, do any of the people out there that are y'all doing that, or do y'all know anybody that's doing that or has that readily on hand? Um, because I know people have like generators. Generators are pretty standard, but in a time that you need to evacuate and get to maybe high ground or get underground, a generator is not the most transportable thing, you know, at least not the big ones. You may have like some kind of small scale one, I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, and then which that led me to the homie Kamel sent me some stuff about, you know, like these ancient civilizations that lived in the desert that found though they had like some kind of, you know, ancient technology, not ancient technology, but just like an ancient like physics and mathematics and structural sciences that they use to build to make things cool or keep things at a freezing temperature to preserve ice. Um, so started like looking into like those techniques and, you know, just to see what's false or what's real, what's not real, you know, what's cap, no cap. But you know, because those basic survival skills may come in handy. You know, like I don't even know how to start a fire by rubbing those sticks together. See that shit? I try. You know, as a kid, you try all the time. I never had any success. Um, you know, so the Boy Scout one-on-one stuff, you know, that didn't really wasn't really my forte, you know. So I can outrun somebody, you know. Shoot, yeah, I can outmuscle somebody, but you know, building, taking some little two sticks together, making a fire, or even starting a fire with just wood, you know, that's a skill in itself. So like but yeah, so like what are you all's, you know, like survival tactics right now, or what do you all have going on? Just let me know. Let me know in the comments.